Sipping with Maria and Tika G. Sipping with Maria and Tika G. We don't talk about politics, religion, or celebrities. Sipping with Maria and Tika G. Sipping with Maria and Tika G. We don't talk about politics, religion, or celebrity. Catch us every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and don't forget your wine. Welcome to Sipping with Maria and Tika G, where we do not talk about celebrities, politics, or religion. We feel that there's enough blogs, and other podcasts to talk about that stuff. Welcome to season 4, episode 4. And today's topic that we'll be talking about is the 10 steps to taking control of your mental health. Before we go into the 10 steps of taking control of your mental health, we need to know the exact definition of mental health. Mental health includes our emotional, our psychological, and social well being. It affects how we feel, think, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make healthy choices. Mental illness is also called mental disorders, refer to a wide range of mental health conditions and disorders that affect your mood, thinking, and behavior. Examples of mental illness include depression, anxiety disorders, schizophrenia, eating disorders, and addictive behaviors. Many people have mental health concerns from time to time, but a mental health concern becomes a mental illness when ongoing signs and symptoms cause frequent stress and affect your ability to function. A mental illness can make you miserable. It can cause problems in your daily life, such as school or work or in relationships in most cases. Symptoms can be managed with a combination of medications and talk therapy or psychotherapy. There are so many different signs of mental health. Um, we tend not to recognize those signs of mental health. You know, there's so many different signs. Tika, what are the signs of mental health?
Some of the signs of mental health are, um, and keep in mind that I work with people who are having a decline in their mental health. So that means, they might be having erratic thoughts. People may find that they feel down for too long. It could be some happy moments that are going on, and they're not expressing any happiness about it, and then that's going on for a period of time, and then some people are like, hey, what's wrong with me? And then some people experience delusions, or believe that they've saw something and that wasn't there, or and that goes on for a period of time. And um and I'm talking about that, and that's not with any kind of drugs that may be altering that,
Mm-hmm.
because that's not get that confused either.
Mm-hmm.
Drugs can, you know, can cause those delusions and things like that. I'm talking
Right.
about someone who is not on any kind of drugs or anything, just going about the everyday life, and could be feeling down points, like some of the happiest moments of their life when everybody's cheering them on, and they're sitting there in a slump.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are just, and people are like, "Hey, what's going on? You seem down," and you're just like, "Yeah," but that has been going on for a long period of time, because we all have down points. Life is not perfect. When we wake up every morning, our days are not the same, or something may happen throughout our day that may throw it off, and we may become sad or upset. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a period of time where you could not function, or have not been able to maintain your regular functioning as you knew it. So, and it's so many different symptoms and signs, and because especially with me, since I work with children and adults, so it is a little bit different in children than it is adults. So it's um I guess it depends on what you would be um talking about, but it's but it has to be a period of time, and that's when you usually would go seek some sort of um, psychological examination or some kind of examination where a proper psychologist would be able to tell you, hey, okay, this is what I'm seeing. These are the symptoms, and they explain to you, this is how long you've have said you've had these symptoms. And after the testing is completed, they give you a proper diagnosis, and then from that, make a referral or tell you how to proceed from there or what kind of things could help you from this point forward now that you have been diagnosed with something. Self-diagnosis is not it. I know some people joke around and say, give themselves self-diagnosis, but real diagnosis, does happen with the actual professional, and they inform you of, they go through everything with you. How long have you been having the symptoms? How long have you been feeling down and out? How long have you been having negative thoughts? How long have you been feeling like you wanted to harm yourself or others? And they go through all of these questions, they go through these tests, and then they give you your proper diagnosis of what your actual mental health diagnosis is, and then how you could proceed from there. Um, and ways to get help consistently, because mental health is to be diagnosed with in any mental health diagnosis is a consistent treatment for it. It's not like you're just like, oh well, my mental health, is done. Let me try to make it. And then some people find themselves back in square one, and then they um have to go seek help again and restart their process of therapy or any kind of treatment all over again. It is a definite consistent thing. It's not just you wake up one morning and you're feeling okay because you might be on medication, or you might be having a coach, or you might be going through some natural methods, and you say, hey, I just feel better. I'm going to stop all of those things and run with it. And then you find yourself going down that wrong road again. So,
Now, I do understand there's some medications for different types of mental health. What are some, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess mental health categories, if I'm saying it correctly.
what do you mean for as far as categories?
Um, what's the word I'm looking for? I know there's depression. You have people that have schizophrenia.
Yeah,
Uh,
schizophrenic, bipolar. Yes, you have all those things. You have the people that have personality disorders. So, I mean, it's mental health is very there are different types of mental health diagnosis, and there are different ways to treat them. Some people go to cognitive therapy. Some people um, go to. I know I've known some people that have even went to sound therapy. They said the sound has helped with their voices, and helped to drown it out. But they have actually got up and went to an actual place, talked to the therapist first, and I guess in the last 30 minutes they proceed with some sort of sound instruments that they're listening to. So some people with mental health diagnosed have issues with impulse control. And I've known some people that have told me that they went to acupuncture for. I mean, it's so many different things for it other than the chemical um, compound. Of course, the chemicals that the psychiatrist may prescribe you. It's because some people do not accept.
right.
Yeah, and they want to try other methods, which is fine. It's just the fact that if what it's what's going to work for you, or to be to, we're able to work with your specific issue at the time and your diagnosis. Because keep in mind that mental health, even as you get older, it can change. Situations that happen with you can change. Like, so if you're depressed, something can happen that can even make you even more depressed, and then in your life, and then you be like, oh, okay, well, man, I'm having some serious problems now. And then if you're on medication, the doctor may adjust your medication according to what's going on. The doctor may say, you know what, let's see if we could work through the specific thing that's happening to you, keep you on your same medication regimen, and let's see if we could work through this specific things that's going on with you, and for you to get over that, rather than us messing with your medication. And we all know that we get adjusted to our medication the longer we take it. And then, that comes into play with and that's the whole point of medication management. Medication management, is built to see what's going on with you, what's going on with your medication, what kind of symptoms are you still experiencing if you're on medication and have decided to take it. And the medication management doctor's job is to see if your medication needs to stay the same or adjust it, or hey, you know what, this medication is not working all together. Let's go ahead and get you off of this medication and see if something else will work for you. Everyone's body is different. Everyone
Right.
has different chemical makeup, and that's just what it is. You're not going to be the same as the next person. You may even talk to a friend that may have the same diagnosis as you, and you may find that you guys are on two totally different medications. You guys are two totally different people. Doesn't mean that the doctor was wrong. It means that they're trying to do what's working for you.
Hmm.
So what about you, Nicole? Have you experienced that as well?
Yes. I could have, like two clients that have the same diagnosis, but the way that their body reacts to the medications are different. So one may do well on it, and one may um, get worse. Um, and also, um, what's important is a lot of people, once they get on the medication and they start feeling better, they're like, oh, I'm good. I don't need it anymore. That doesn't work for everyone. Some
I'm
people,
guilty.
you're guilty.
I hate taking medicine, but I have to take it now. And I had stopped taking it for so long that I thought I was better. I felt better, but I really wasn't better. I was making it worse as time went by. So I just got back on my medication and it's helping me. So I'm not going to get off them this time, but I am definitely guilty for that. I'll stop taking them in a minute.
Right, right, right. Yeah, but what's good is that you recognize that and you got back on it. That's the important thing. Um, but yeah, some people will, you know, decide to, and some people may be okay. I do have one person that has been off of their medication for about 5 years now, and so far, and I mean, they've been doing pretty good. Um, but what's important is to know that if you're not doing good, then you go back and get help.
Right, right. And that's what I had to do. Um, I just wasn't feeling right one day and I went and got some help because
Mhm.
I was in denial for a long time that
Mhm.
nothing was wrong
Mhm.
until one day something happened that shouldn't have happened. That was I did something out of the ordinary.
Mhm.
Like knock somebody food on the floor for no reason. And
Mhm.
when that happened, I knew something was wrong and that I
Mhm.
needed to get help. They
Mhm.
didn't do nothing to me. I
Right.
just knocked their food on the floor. So I knew something had to be done. So that's when I decided that it was time for me to get some help
Mhm.
because something is wrong. I don't
Mhm.
know what it is, but something is wrong.
Mhm.
So,
Yes, and also, listeners, if you are, or if you know someone who is on medication and then they abruptly stop their medication, please try to get them or yourself into the doctor as soon as possible. I guess
Mhm.
because I've been in this field so long, I've known people that have just have abruptly stopped their medication. They have had seizures, They have had things
Mhm.
going on. Medication, as we all know, are chemicals,
Mhm.
and the chemicals have been helping you control things, or controlling things
Mhm.
in your, are helping you, or supporting you with controlling things to regulate your everyday functioning, and then you
Mhm.
abruptly stop it. And then I have seen people going into issues medically. So now
Mhm.
we're working with, you know, mental health, and then now we're working with, now you're going to all these medical doctors to figure out what's going
Mhm.
on. I've seen people
Mhm.
just, have completely lost um, some things medically, such as, they um, were maybe a certain weight at
Mhm.
first, and they had got to a good point, and
Mhm.
then they abruptly stopped their medication, and then, they're adults, and, 5'9", and they're 80 pounds,
Mhm.
and then, because they stopped their medication was helping them um, chemically regulate their everyday functioning, and then one day they just said, you know what, I'm good, I'm gonna stop.
Mhm.
And then that created a whole other slew of problems, especially in children. And that's when I had saw, I've seen seizures happen in children and adults, and it they had to go, get all kind of scans, to see what was
Mhm.
going on. It was just created a whole nother issue. So with the also with medication management, what their whole role is if you do want to get off, they would help you to to get off of the
Mhm.
medication. Like, just decrease your dosage, whatever it needs to happen, or tell you steps to take, but not just wake up and say, let me throw these pills in the trash. That's
Mhm.
um, or stop going to get your injections, because even Nicole,
Mhm.
also knows people that get injections because they seem to work better for
Mhm.
their particular mental health diagnosis.
Hmm.
And so, do you agree, Nicole?
Yes. Yes. And it's also important to get lab work done when you're on these medications to make sure that um, nothing else is coming from as a result of being on the medications, because some medications may cause blood sugar issues, but so it's important to make sure that you get your lab work, and make sure, like, if you're taking Depakote or lithium, you want to make sure that they are a at a regular level. And anything, like high or anything, can result in toxicity, and you don't want definitely don't want that to happen. So it's important that when you're on these medications, when your doctors order labs, it's important that you get them.
All right. So, we're talking about the 10 steps to taking control of your mental health. Um, what are some of the steps, Tika, that you can take, to start taking control of your mental health? I have talk about your feelings and talk about how you feel, even though it's not always easy. I feel like talking about your feelings can help. Um, do you agree that's one of the ways that you can take control of your mental health?
Yeah, taking control of your mental health also means, it means taking time for you. So you have to figure out what works for you. So you could talk about your feelings, you can write them down. Some people do not feel comfortable with talking to a counselor or a therapist, even though people do highly, highly recommend it, because they can help you through things and refer you to other things for you to get proper support and help. But my thing is, even if you do not trust an outside person, find someone that you can talk to, and hopefully that person will say, hey, maybe, if they are seeing you regress, or see you getting worse with any kind of symptoms, they'll say, hey, let's go work on this. Let's find something that will help you. Let's research something that you would enjoy, to be able to help and support you. Some people tell me all day long, they said, I have one person told me that they have like 25 journals that they have already written in. written down their feelings, written down their emotions about what has happened, what is going on, um, and it has helped them process whatever has happened throughout the day. And some people may find that tedious or too much, and some people may say, you know what, I just want to just talk to somebody. I don't want to write nothing down. You know, it depends on you as an individual. What do you feel that is going to help you? Because the most important word is what is going to help you, what is going to support you, what is going to increase your way of life and increase your daily functioning, and so you could live and not be constantly bogged down with anything negative that may be going on or affect you. You know, some people have. We all know that life, it can sometimes have chain reactions. You know, you could
Mm-hmm.
be um, so something could happen in your house, and you'd be like, "Oh, now I got to pay for that." Then you can go get in your car, and then then you get a flat tire. You know, so and then some people are like, you know what? Okay, that was a bad day, but some people that really affects them, and they go down into this hole, and they can barely come out unless they receive some sort of proper help. You know, of course, to the outside people, some people may be like, "Oh my God, really? You know, yeah, something. Your water heater broke in your house, and then you got a flat tire. You know, go ahead, go on with that. You know, but it's not that way to that person. That person is like their whole world is ended when things like that have happened. So you have to really um, trust who you're talking to. Try to get support. You know, do not do this alone. Do not do this yourself. It is an effort to me of the community, because mental health to me is a community thing. It's not I'm just going to sit alone and waller in this and dwell in this. It is a community issue. It's a community problem. You know, it's um, it has to be an effort on everybody's part to support you and help you, because you may not be able to do it yourself.
Would you agree that taking care of your body, valuing yourself, and being mindful is a way of taking control of your mental health, Dana?
Yes, I would agree, because once you're able to maintain your thoughts and be in control of your thoughts, then everything else should, be able to fall in line.
What about valuing yourself and being mindful? Can she hear me? Dana?
Yes, I didn't hear you.
What about valuing yourself and being mindful?
Of course, you always should be able to see the value within yourself. Never allow somebody else to tell you how much you are valued. You should know the value of yourself.
Okay. Learning how to deal with your stress and facing any fears or anxiety head on and sleeping better and setting goals. Nicole, are those ways of taking control of your mental health as well?
Yes, yes, definitely. They say things like exercising, even going for a walk, helps with your mental health. It helps with decreasing depression. Um, Whatever you find that works for you. Definitely getting enough sleep at night, exercising, music, all those things work and are important to helping with your mental health. Um, and it's also important to know that if you're finding that those things that were initially helping you or in the past have helped you and they're no longer helping you, if it's like 2 weeks or more, then maybe you need to seek, it's time to seek therapy or seek um, going to a mental health agency or something and seeing if, maybe you need something more extensive to help you. But definitely self care is a major um, way that you can focus on yourself and focus on your mental health.
What are some things that you can let the listeners know that is considered self care, Nicole?
Um, I know for me, I would say just when especially if I've had a hard day at work, coming home and just I debrief, like um, take a hot shower or read or write something in a journal or listen to music, whatever you find that helps you relax, massages, walking, um, or whatever type of exercise. For some people, it's going to the gym, but it's very important that you do those things to de-stress and create um, allow your home to be a peaceful environment when you come home, if you can. Even if it's going into a room by yourself and just woosah, you know.
Tika, how do you handle your mental health or your stress? What do you do to make yourself feel better besides taking pictures?
Besides my taking pictures and
Uh huh. Posing in that camera.
modeling, it is for me it is having some sort of coaching.
Okay.
Usually having to coach myself, which I by learning from another coach that um, can tackle whatever it is that I may be going through at the time, whether reaching out to the internet um, or actually having someone else to talk to has been important. But it is important to have an outlet. But I've found that people that are suffering severely or have been suffering too long in silence, they don't have that option. Like they don't know how to go about doing that. They don't know how to even get out to go for a walk. They know what steps it takes to go for a walk, but they are so bogged down with what's going on, or not receiving enough support with their mental health, that they are not sure what they are not sure what may be going on at the time. Like they're like, I don't. I mean, yeah, you say go for a walk, but I don't know how to. I can't even get out of my house. I'm mentally stuck, and that's why I said, that's why I said it does take a community effort. Let's do check-ins with each other. Let's see how each other are doing. It does not hurt people, to check on someone and to do daily check-ins, because people are suffering mentally. People have isolated themselves, and it's good to check in with someone to lead them to those steps on how to prepare for an outlet, such as walking, such as like me, taking pictures, or just sitting down drinking a whole bottle of water, something. And that's why I said it is a effort, community effort, because of the fact that we are, mental health is definitely a struggle when you're going through it alone. I'm sorry, it just is. You know.
A lot of people, you know, do go through it behind closed doors. You know how people, a chameleon, they smile when they're around other people, but behind closed doors, they're really going through it. You never know what somebody's going through until you have a conversation with them.
Mhm.
And they may look good on the outside, but in there behind them closed doors, they boo hooing.
Hmm.
But you don't know that until you talk to them, and when you talk to them you be like, oh my goodness, I would have never known you were going through all of that. Now you feel
Hmm.
sorry for them. So people, a lot of people are, secretive, and like I said, does do things behind doors. Dana, same question. What do you do, to help with your stress and your mental?
I am a music fanatic. I love all different genres of music. Depending on how I feel, my I go to my blues music. I love my blues. So other than that, I love to write poetry, and I love to cook. So either that, those that what brings me down my stress level. By the time I close my eyes, I have to have a clear mind because if I don't, I can't sleep.
Hmm. You can tell we cousins. That's I'm the same way. I need my music in my kitchen, and I play The Sims. I play The Sims all day long. So that those are my stress relievers. And dancing. I love to dance. So dancing, music, cooking, and Sims 4.
Yeah, that too.
And
Mhm.
I'm good. That's how I relieve my stress. Um, did y'all have anything else y'all want to talk about or bring up for taking control of your mental health, Tika and Nicole?
Um, just if you are struggling with depression and suicidal thoughts, make sure that you definitely reach out. There is a crisis hotline. It's 1-800 273 8255. So definitely, you can use the crisis hotline, or you can call 911 and be like, you know, I'm having these thoughts of harming myself or harming someone else. Um, but just make sure that you reach out to someone. You can even go to your nearest hospital. They will have staff there, crisis staff there that are trained that can help you. But just make sure that you get help.
Tika, did you have anything to say? Dana?
No, yeah, pretty much hit everything on the head. That was good.
Okay.
Just know that it's okay to, if your mental health professional is not working for you, it's okay to fire them and find
Hmm.
someone else.
Hmm.
It's okay to, if you've been with someone for a year and you find out that you feel like you're not being supported, you're not being helped the proper way, you feel like that, you could be helped in other ways, or you might have researched something else. Just know that it's okay to say, you know what, you are not working for me. I have to find someone else
Hmm.
that I do believe is going to be right for me and help me be productive in society. So, and don't be ashamed. I know some
Right.
some people say that it can be a shameful thing, and like I can't believe this happened to me. Or some people, it may have been going on, with life and nothing was going on at the time, and now all of a sudden, some things have developed. But do not be ashamed of it. I know people are proud, and it is perfectly fine to be proud, but be proud in your mental health too, baby. Okay,
Yeah, I know that's right.
Hmm.
and know that you can prevail, and it also help others.
Thank you for that information, Tika and Nicole and Dana. As always, thank you, Nicole, for coming on the show. As y'all know, Dana is our third and sipping with Maria and Tika G. Thank you, Dana, for making it this evening. Also, Sipping with Maria and Tika G are looking for guests to be on the show. If you are interested, please email us the following information: your name, a short bio about yourself, your Facebook, Twitter, and or Instagram, and a topic you would like to talk about, and a picture. When you send your picture, please keep it clean and understand that you give Sipping with Maria and Tika G permission to use your picture for promotional use only. You can send that information to Sipping with Maria, the number three, Tika, Tika, at gmail.com. If your topic is chosen, we will ask you to be on the show. If your topic is not chosen, that does not mean we won't pick your topic in the future. Again, that's Sipping with Maria, the number 3, Tika, Tika, at gmail.com. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Maria underscore Tika G, Facebook, Sipping with Maria and Tika G, Instagram at Sipping with Maria, the number 3, Tika G, and YouTube, Sipping with Maria and Tika G. Thank you all for coming to the show. Thank y'all. Everybody, I have a great night. And don't forget to check us out every Thursday at 8 p.m.
Have a great night.
Bye bye.
Bye.